Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video we'll be doing a car review of the Chinese brands. We are looking at Jaecoo J7 and the bike Beijing X55. So let's get into the video. So first of all, we're going to start off with the engine specs of each vehicle. So we'll look at the Jaecoo J7. The Jaecoo J7 has a 1.6 turbocharged engine which produces 145 kilowatts and 290 newton-meters of torque with 194 horsepower. It has a fuel consumption of 7.0 liters to the 100. Compared to the Beijing X55, which has a 1.5 turbocharged engine with 130 kilowatts and 305 newton meters of torque, which has a fuel consumption claimed to be 7.7 liters to the 100. So if you notice properly, the Jaecoo J7 does have the more affordable consumption with 7.0 liters to the 100. So to you have to think, are liters, the 0.7 liters, that important to you, to the 100 kilometers? And if it is, then that could be one of the deciding factors in when it comes to picking this vehicle. So the Beijing X55 has a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, while also the Jaecoo J7 has also the same transition. But I think when it comes to the way it feels, I think mainly the Jaecoo J7 has a more luxurious feeling towards its transmission and the way it translates, the way the gearbox works. I need to start off with the engine spec because I feel like that's the main deciding factor before like the looks and everything. Like if the car is underpowered, then who's gonna buy that car? Anyways, if you know very well, the Jaecoo J7 has a softer, like more luxurious transmission compared to the Beijing X55, which has a nippy sporty edge to it. But getting into the exterior of the vehicle, so the Jaecoo J7 comes with an 18-inch wheels which are spoked. These rims look amazing, the front grille looks amazing. It reminds me of Mercedes, but I'm not saying anything. I love the design language of it. The design language is almost similar to the vehicles, like both of them have a similar taste, not exactly ideal, but like when you look at the whole like daytime running lights underneath having the LED lights, the design is actually similar but not fully the same. Like the Jaecoo just screams Nginemali. It just screams I have money, I'm luxurious, I'm living that life, you know. But when we get into the Beijing bike X55, which looks very sporty, looks very elegant, looks like it could do 0 to 100 in 5 seconds. The way it looks very much like a sporty vehicle. It looks like a German brand. It looks like it's something that is just unbelievable. You look at it and you're like, oh, this is an electric car. Well, it's not, you know. So I think when it comes to the design language, it's all about preference when it comes to these vehicles. Like Chinese vehicles have really stepped up their design language and their design game, and it's all about what you prefer as the consumer and what you want to consume when it comes to these vehicles. And it's all about preference. Both of them have poppy outdoor handles, both of them have electric tailgates, both of them have LEDs around the whole vehicle. One has a light bar, one doesn't have a light bar, so it's a choice which one do you want and which one just screams your name, you know. But looks are subjective, you know. But what's not subjective, it's not subjective, is the warranty and the service plan. So the Jaecoo J7 comes with a warranty of 5 years to 150 kilometers and a service plan of 5 years to 70 kilometers. It also does have that 1 million engine warranty, which to me, I just don't think it's very much important. I don't think anyone is going to drive their car for 10 years and reach 1 million when it comes to warranty. But some people might keep their cars for that long. But looking at the way when you're buying these vehicles, you're buying them out of the way they look and the styles and the function they provide. They will get dated and you will update your cars. But yeah, while the bike X55 comes with a 5-year 150 kilometer warranty and a service plan of 5 years and 60,000 kilometers. So that's another win for the Jaecoo J7 actually. Now that you know your warranty, what are some of the features that you might get in the outside? So both cars have parking sensors front and back. Both cars have 360-degree reverse cameras. Both cars come with adaptive cruise control. So you're pretty much getting everything. Both cars have proximity sensing keys, which means that when you get close to the door, the doors will unlock. You get far away, they will unlock, you know. So yeah, Getting into the interior of the vehicle, looking at the Jaecoo J7 again, we have a panoramic sunroof, heated and ventilated seats, and they're both electric for the front passengers. It has a 14.8-inch display, which has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It also has a cool center console and also has an electric tailgate for the boot. So getting back into the infotainment system, similar to the bike X55, which everything is in the infotainment system. Same thing when it comes to the Jaecoo, but I think the way the infotainment system is placed and the way it looks and the colors and basically everything about this display just looks expensive. It looks good, it looks luxurious, it looks like money, you know. One thing about it, it's also fast. It has Android Auto, which is something that the bike X55 doesn't have. It also has nice functions, you know, like everything is just easy, everything is intuitive to use in this infotainment system. You also get a Sony sound system, which is very much chef's kiss. Like it's not there with the Bang& and Olufsen or with the Meridian sounds, but it's very much a good sound system to have in a car, especially a car that is gonna cost you. But we'll get to the pricing later on. Let's get into the bike X55. The bike X55 comes with a 10.1-inch infotainment system with adaptive cruise control, a cool center console, a panoramic sunroof, electric tailgate, electric seats for the passengers and the driver's seat. It has no Android Auto but has an 8-speaker sound system. So yeah, so when you think about it, like the sound systems on both of these vehicles are good, but I would go and lean into the Jaecoo J7. The interior of this car looks very much beautiful. Like if I had to pick between both of these, I think I'd go for the Jaecoo J7 because it just looks more clean, more luxurious. But if I'm looking for that edgy, like sporty and different type of look, like I want a vehicle that you're gonna get in, outside it looks different, inside it looks different, then the bike X55 does play a key role when it comes to that. So I love the way that the two digital displays look. I love how this digital display has everything in it. As much as some people don't like it, as a tech-savvy young youth, I don't mind having everything on the screen. What I do hate about the screen is that I feel like it's too small. Everything, the buttons are too small. It doesn't have Android Auto. The bezels on the screen is super crazy. The screen just doesn't look the part, you know. But I think it can be justified with the price. Going into the back seats look very much luxurious on the X55. It looks like the same transaction, the same thing that's happening in the front, the same design language that's happening in the front of the vehicle is happening at the back of the vehicle, which then you get to understand the design language of the vehicle. But when it comes to the Jaecoo J7, it just has the same look, which is just okay, elegant, expensive, but at the same time I feel like it lacks character. It lacks that bit of oomph that like, okay, like this looks good. So I think that's another thing that they should work on when it comes to designing these vehicles. But at the same time, I understand that the design language for this vehicle was never sporty compared to the bike X55. Getting into the boot of the vehicle, the Jaecoo J7 has a 412-liter boot space with a full-size spare wheel, compared to the Beijing X55, which has a 350 liters boot space, which also has a spare wheel. But the thing is now, both of them have tailgates, by the way. Like the boot, when you look at the boot, like looking at it from looks wise, the X55 looks bigger. But then when you look at it from like when you look at the spec, the J7 does have a bigger boot. Another thing that you get in the Jaecoo J7 is 8 airbags, adaptive cruise console, as I've said, lane keeping assist, lane departure warning, as I've said, yeah, and these are some of the features, some of the safety features that you will get in these vehicles. Similar to the Beijing X55, those are the similar features that you get. So when it comes to features, like everything is mostly the same when it comes to these vehicles. The only thing that is different, I think, with this vehicle is that the Jaecoo J7 does monitor if you're looking at the screen or not. Azisha, now we're getting into the pricing. So I'm going to start off with the bike X55 pricing. The bike X55 costs 509,900 with an interest rate of 12.75% interest over 72 months. It will cost you 10,169,000 rands. Imagine. Then when we get to the Jaecoo J7, the mid-spec model, you are looking at paying 579,900 for the mid-spec model with a 12 6.75% interest rate, looking at 72 months pay period, you are looking to pay 11,565 rands. So yeah, tell me, what do you think? Which one do you prefer? Which vehicle would you get into? I'm giving you 600,000. Like, which vehicle are you getting yourself into? Like, are you willing to pay and save 70,000 rands and get yourself a Beijing X55, or are you willing to pay that 70,000 and get yourself into a JQJ7? Make sure that you like and subscribe, and please don't forget to share this video with your friends, share this video with everyone. Let's get to our goal, which is 1,000 subscribers at the end of the year. Thank you for watching this video. Love you. Catch you on the next one.